evening, and finally,
Hey.
finally we're live.
Yeah.
Finally we're live. Happy same year. Happy same
year.
Happy same fucking year. Because nothing ever changes. Nothing.
All the same stuff.
I'm fucking steaming right now. Steaming.
Oh, yeah.
Steaming.
Well, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I don't even know what to say. Well, Happy New Year.
Happy New
Everyone
Year.
else.
Hey, you know,
Yippee.
it's a beautiful,
My fucking
beautiful
blood
thing.
pressure is, I'm sky high right now.
Get his meds. We need meds up here.
For good Lord.
Oh, or a shot. I think there's a bar behind Jimmy and Johnny anyway.
Yeah, well, I think I'm going to need it tonight. So, how is everybody's Christmas and New Year since you decided at the very last minute to take Christmas off?
Yeah. It was fantastic. I had a good time. I mean, it's quiet. Quiet. Am I too loud?
Well, you're
No.
talking very loud as usual. So,
All right. You know what? I'm going to let me down a little bit. Hey. All right.
all right. What'd you do? What'd you do for Christmas? and
Well,
New
Christmas
Year's?
Eve, went to my brother's house, and that's always a fucking party over there, man.
Do you even remember anything that happened?
No, yeah, that was a rough night, man. Between the drinking and the smoking, right?
I heard you got a hand job from someone, but you don't remember who it was from.
I know, but my...
And it's likely it could have been family because,
Hey, I woke up with a watch in my wrist the next day, so it must have been myself.
What about you, Mario? What'd you do?
Oh, went with the in-laws in Whitestone. Party till about 2, 3 in the morning.
I hope you drove drunk again.
Not that type.
Oh, well, I'll get into that in a minute. What'd you do for New Year's, Johnny?
You know what? We stayed home. My buddy Randy came over. My son came over. And we just hung out. It was a nice, quiet
Did
night.
you get, like, loaded and shit, or...?
Yeah, no, I didn't really get that hammered, you know?
I don't
It was a mellow night. It really was, just a mellow...
I think as you get older, like the New Year's thing kind of slows down a little.
Yeah.
It depends,
Yep.
It depends on what you decide to do and all that shit. And, I don't know. Yeah, I don't drink, so it's not like, it's not the party night for
That's
me.
half the fun gone right there.
Well, there's that. I can remember one in particular New Year's, though, that I was fucking loaded. Mario and his brother had an apartment in Flushing and Queens. And we went over there one night for New Year's, and Mario, of course, was an absolute fucking alcoholic disaster. It was hilarious as he was running through the apartment and screaming things that he shouldn't have been screaming to people and everything. We had a friend of ours over who was a cop, and whatchamacallit, and we're all stupid. And this is, now mind you, it's like 22 years ago, 23 years ago, whatever
Can
it
you
was.
believe it's that
The
long?
stupid years.
Yeah.
The very stupid years.
Very
'cause
wonder years.
somebody came up with the ingenious idea that we all had to fucking play around with this dude's gun.
Oh, God.
And he had, obviously he has his service revolver and whatever the one it is that he takes home. He shall remain nameless, by the way. But, so he made sure, wisely, he made sure that the chamber was empty and the clip was out. But he gave it to all of us. We were all playing around with it. I'm waving this thing around like Tommy and fucking Goodfellas.
I'm the Waco kid.
But that was that was definitely a good loaded memory for New Year's. That was an interesting New Year's.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was having a good time. Like, my shit was quiet. Christmas was just home with the family. I think, though, the weekend before Christmas,
Right.
the whole, between Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I think I got like 5 hours of sleep. I never stopped running around.
Wow.
Well, we came here and on Saturday night, and
Right.
no sooner did I leave than I was back in Toys R Us Christmas shopping.
Oh, yeah.
It's 1 o'clock in the morning, and here I am running around the dregs of society Christmas shopping
Oh, jeez.
at the last minute.
That's the worst.
But you can tell who all the single fathers are who are trying to be heroes at the last minute.
Online and electronics section.
Well, yeah. Well, fucking forget about all that. We didn't even get that far. But like the little kid section and all that stuff, that place was fucking destroyed.
Oh, my
There was
God.
I couldn't even find any good Justice League toys because I would have just bought shit for myself, to be honest with you. But it was a scene for sure. But it was nice. Christmas itself was nice. By the time everything was said and done, it was all good. And, as per my Facebook post, it was a Christmas for justice. I got this rad Dark Knight Rises statue, a collectible, and Justice League figures and stuff like that. What I did get, what was really rad, though, because I am 44, because who doesn't want toys for Christmas at 44? I got that mini Super Nintendo.
Really?
Oh, it's been selling off like on eBay for like $300-$400 or something.
Yeah,
like that.
I know that it's totally digging it. It's so much fucking fun. I've been playing around with it for the last week on and off. It's like the Legend of Zelda. Like I'm fucking 16 and scratching my balls again. The only difference is I'm 44 and scratching my balls.
It's all right, man. I mean, we all have a lot of toys.
Absolutely. I plugged this thing into the TV. The only thing is that it's not in fucking HD, so it's only right down the center of the screen. You have these two sides. It's hilarious, but it's totally the same game.
And they can't fix it though.
Listen, you talk to those fucking guys.
I mean,
in
like
Japan. I have no
setting?
idea. I don't. Not on the unit itself. No, I mean it's a simple setup. It comes with 2 controllers, an HD cable, and a plug for the wall.
All right,
That's an
simple,
HDMI
like it
cable.
used to be.
I mean, if it had
Very
an HDMI
simple.
cable, it would have been a lot easier.
It has an HDMI.
Oh, it
cable.
does? Oh, okay.
I just said that. I said an HDMI cable and a plug for the wall.
So you said old game. What games did it have?
My
There
God.
was tons.
Super Mario Kart, Legend of Zelda,
Street Fighter.
Street Fighter 2,
Donkey Kong.
no, Donkey Kong Country. The first Nintendo has Donkey Kong. I haven't gotten that, but I'm gonna get that one
Okay.
too. Whatchamacallit? A ton of Super Mario games. The first Super Mario Kart is in there. God damn it, Castlevania, all sorts of rad
wow.
shit. You know, so like, and I'm all in. I'm fucking completely totally hooked.
Asteroids.
You know, not Asteroids. I believe is the
That's-
first one.
Okay.
And then
Yeah.
it's Atari. That might not even be.
That's-
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
All right,
no,
yeah,
it's
maybe
not
right.
Nintendo E.
Johnny's much older than us. He had Atari first. Johnny had. Like,
I had Atari.
I had Atari
With the
too.
dot?
I'm just as old as you, and
When
I
you
actually
played the
remember-
ping pong with just the
Yep,
dot, dude.
the tanks.
That was Pong. That was fucking
Pong.
Yeah.
That was just Pong.
Well, the race car game was just dots coming at you.
Dots,
Right.
Pitfall,
It's no wonder fucking we had epilepsy growing up. You're staring at dots flying at you on a screen. You
Missile
know what the fuck
Command.
you're looking at. You know.
the bomber, the mad bomber who just keeps throwing bombs. You gotta pick.
Oh,
you gotta
yeah,
Catch all
okay.
the bombs at the bottom, and he keeps going faster and faster and faster. But Missile Command, Pitfall was like another staple.
Pitfall. I used to love that game.
Pitfall was like a staple.
I love Pitfall too. I gotta get that Atari one also.
How about the Mexican that couldn't get the iPad on? Was that on there?
Oh, that's on there. And he loses every time.
Yeah, fucking
Every time he loses. I mean, we've only been doing the same exact thing for God knows how long though. So why would it be right? Why would he win?
I don't understand what happened to that thing.
He's like Donkey Kong standing at the top of shit. He just every time he loses. No, please, you're way too macho for him.
Throw me a barrel, Johnny.
But I mean, you know, so that was pretty neat. What did you do for New Year's?
New Year's, went out to Locust Valley to a buddy of ours.
Oh wow, the
Same guy with the tree.
Oh,
and that
jeez.
show. But no, this time we were a lot easier, so we didn't drink as much. So we were a little more careful this time
Got
around.
fucking
he just doesn't like he doesn't learn.
You
Right.
believe that really? I mean,
You know what?
You
I
can
have to.
whether you
Do know
believe
what-
it or not. That's my story, and I'm
do you-
sticking
do,
to
do you
it.
know
So
why I have to believe it? Because nobody's that fucking stupid. That's why I have to believe it. Now let me explain to everyone what we're actually talking about here. Before we went off the air for the holidays, Mario had gone out the Saturday before to this friend's house. What's the guy's name?
Eddie.
He went to this guy Eddie's house. And apparently, you can't not drink around Eddie. Even though you're a fucking adult and you pay taxes and you own a home,
Right.
you just can't be a pussy because, you know, you're 45,000 years old. So, why not
Eddie
drink?
says.
Eddie says drink, apparently Mario says, okay, and he goes, and he gives him a little fucking, noggle on the noggin, too. So this fucking idiot and his wife go get loaded. So they get loaded. Mario's more drunk than Mrs. Mario.
Okay, I'm sorry.
No, you go first.
Especially in Locust Valley, they have their own police department there. I would not fucking drink and drive over there. That's fucking.
Johnny, they have no fucking street lights up there.
There's no lights, no nothing, no
There's
intersection.
fucking
They got
nothing.
cops waiting for assholes like you.
So this dumb motherfucker goes, all right, well, I'm too drunk to drive. But Mrs. Mario, you're almost too drunk to drive, so you should drive because obviously you're in better control of this than I am. So they get into the little fucking Kia that's held together by rubber bands to fucking begin with, because it's a Kia, let's be honest. And they start making their way home, and out of nowhere, there's a tree across the middle of the fucking road. So they have no reaction time. So much like Bo and Luke Duke, in the Kia, they take the tree. They go over the tree. You should continue the story. You were there.
Yeah, I guess I was.
Well, sort of, if
Yes,
you really
I
think
was.
about it.
Yeah, no, and it was just Maureen was just too. It was too late for her to react. So we were in the air for like a couple of feet, landed, going what the hell, and we just kept on driving. And her friend Elisa came right by. He's like, "You guys all right?" He's like, "Yeah, we're good." And we're all right. It was a wake up call. So
Yeah.
we got home, and when we tried to park the car, all of a sudden the transmission was shot. You know, about a week or two later, $450 later, we didn't have to get the transmission replaced. So it was a Christmas miracle, but it was a wake up call because around the holidays, especially for me, I had some uneventful things that happened to me in Christmas. So
No,
this was a sort of a
you
wake
had
up.
some eventful things.
Eventful
happen to
things.
you.
I had some eventful things that happened.
Like his command of the English language, obviously. That's pretty eventful, I guess. Go on.
I have to boast about it.
You're such a dick.
Had to boost about it. Boast. But it was a wake up call. And we weren't going to do that again. And when we leading up to New Year's, it was a casual drink. It wasn't even that bad. So he knew. He might have gotten the heads up from Maureen saying, "Hey, my husband's not going to be drinking tonight." So.
But what did we learn from this whole experience? Not just to tell Eddie that it's okay, you don't have to drink because you're a grown ass man. What else did you learn?
Incidents. We had, I had some incidents because I fell behind. I had a car accident nearly 20 years ago, and every time December comes rolling in, I had these events that happen. Especially this one particular day. Fell asleep behind the wheel, crashed the car, flipped over.
Mm-hmm.
You're doing something?
Yeah. No, he's.
No,
Yeah.
I'm showing him the
Oh,
camera.
okay. No. You're being a dick.
No.
Such you being a dick.
You're doing well enough on your own, so by all means, continue speaking.
So, had this car accident on the LIE about 4 a.m, leaving a friend's house. All was thank God, nothing happened to me. I was fine. The car was still on its top. People were just coming from other cars, just getting me out of there. So, thank God for North Shore, Long Island. I got treated. I was taken care of. There was nothing wrong with me. I recovered, and I was fine.
Apparently, you didn't have your fucking head examined, but okay.
Yeah, I know. I was waiting for that editorial.
Yeah.
Yep. But, of course, this happened on the 20th, December 20th. Now, there's also a few other incidents not a lot of other events that happened. And I had 2 breakups, not in the same year, but about 2-3 years apart. 2 breakups on the 20th. So I had 2 breakups, the car accident, and then a couple of years back, then I noticed, I was looking through family photos, came across my parents' wedding. Their wedding date, December the 20th.
Wow.
See, this is every year in his head, he tries to kill himself. He hears the cats in the cradle. he misses Goldfinger, and he just tries to kill himself.
So all this happening in one day, I don't think even my ex, the first one, Ro, doesn't even know about this. But then
She does now.
Yeah, she does now. So, but all this happening in one day. Fast forward to 10 days later, I got busted by the law. I got arrested. I was a 16-year-old stupid kid in College Point, hanging out with the wrong crowd. And
you have to hear this one, Johnny. Really pay attention to this one.
10 days later, in about 85, going into 86, got busted by the cops because I was hanging out with the wrong crowd. A couple of guys I was hanging out with, one guy's name was Joe, the other one's Jay, but I don't remember the other guys, wanted to steal an air conditioner in the middle of December. So
he goes to steal an air conditioner in the middle of fucking December.
An air conditioner.
Yeah.
And a window unit.
Yeah. So
I can't, I can't with you.
well, let me finish.
I'm letting you finish. I'm just saying.
Go
ahead.
Before you give me your editorial, you're a dummy, blah blah blah.
Okay.
So we hung out with them. I was just watching it, inside the apartment, in this empty apartment. And then the neighbors had then started to call out, but they're calling the cops. So we all scattered. I was on my way home. I bumped into one of the guys. His name was Joe. And Joe decided to get beers. And, of course, this is the moment I knew I should have said I should have gone home. I should have went home. We ended up going back to the apartment. 3 or 4 of the neighbors already nabbed the other guy's name is Jay. Jay and Joe are basically no longer with us. So I don't feel like I don't want to tell their identity. I don't want to tell their last name. It doesn't matter. They're not. They're no longer with us. So, but Jay already got caught. We're walking by him, and then Jay pointed out like, "I'm with those 2 other guys." I'm like, "Oh, fuck! Here we go." So this big muscle guy who I can only describe as he looks like Billy Zabka from the Karate Kid, grabbed Joe by the throat, or by the jacket, saying, "Don't move. We're calling the cops." Joe is telling me, "Mario, go." The guy threatened to break my legs, so I stopped. I could have had a chance to run, but I didn't. Fast forward, the cop showed up, took me to the precinct, and I got a youth delinquent card. So, mom picked me up, pissed as hell.
Yeah, no shit.
Surprisingly, I didn't get the beating of my life, which I already envisioned. But the beating I got was when she kept looking. I was in the back of the car of the station wagon. My grandfather's cursing me out, telling me he's gonna like tie me up, belt me, and then slap me and beat the hell out of me. My mom's just looking back behind her seat, looking at me with that cold dead stare. And then going, fuck, this is like a life prison sentence. I'd rather be in a Turkish prison at this point. So.
And that's just for the sexual stuff.
That's just for the sexual stuff. So, I must have been punished for like 3 or 4 months. It felt like an eternity. Though I got good credit when I got good street credit when I went back to school. And all of a sudden, it was the buzz. Mario got arrested. Mario got busted. Even people at the Greek table came to me, which I thought was hilarious. Guy named Nico, I can't even remember his name. He was like, "Dude, I heard you." I'm on the lunch line waiting. So yeah, I was a stupid kid. I was a 16-year-old. I'll admit it. You don't have to hear it from him. You don't have to hear it from Johnny or anybody else. I was a stupid kid, and anybody else would have done it as well. But you know what? That's what happens when I don't hang out with the circle of friends that I was with at that day.
Anybody else would have done it. I didn't do it. Did you do it?
I didn't do it.
Well, anybody else, and you know what? I just hung out with the wrong crowd, and that's something I'm going to stick with the rest of my life.
All right, whatever. You can let it go. The bottom line is December really sucks for you, so you should just sleep in from December 1st until New Year's Eve.
No, it should, but
Let me just say something quick. Interrupt you. Anyone out there that's watching us on Facebook, go to YouTube. Better picture, better quality, better sound. So I see we're having some kind of problem with Facebook. I don't know what it is. We're all squished there. I don't know what the fuck that is all about.
I don't even give a fuck anymore.
But go on to YouTube and go to the Jim Chinnici Show. And what do you got to do there? You got to follow us. What do you call it? Subscribe to us. And you'll get a better everything. So check it out.
Thanks, Johnny.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Also, anybody who wants to join in and call us, please feel free. 877-917-5263. You can give us your stupid experiences as a kid, and we can make fun of you for a few minutes after we get bored of making fun of Mario.
Yeah.
So, I mean, listen, this is all shit that you just have to learn from. What did I tell you? The next time that you decide to go drinking, call a fucking Uber. Call me. I don't drink. I'll come pick you up at fucking 4 o'clock.
You're not going to come and pick me up.
I'd rather pick you up than get a fucking phone call that you're dead.
True.
Actually, you're not. You wouldn't even be lucky enough to die. You wind up in a diaper, fucking dribbling all over yourself. That's your lucky
Again.
life. Again.
Yeah, so I dread this, but I still love December. I still love Christmas. But yeah, this is like a constant reminder. When that car jumped off the tree, sure, it was like a reality check. So, but now we know.
Well, as long as you learned your lesson now.
Yeah. Until next year, and then we find out.
Want a
more.
beer?
Couple of shots
I will
of
not.
Jack.
I will not drink and drive. I got my license. I got a Class A license. I ain't fucking with that thing.
I
have one beer. The one's driving. That's it.
I just don't drink.
Yeah, well, that's good. Yeah.
No, guys, listen, I don't think I'm any good or any better than anybody else. I just don't drink.
Right.
No.
I got somebody there.
I've been relatively sober for 2 years,
Yeah.
or whatever the case may be, something to that effect.
Okay.
Whatever, And I did many stupid things when I was drunk. I drove drunk fucking 100 times. You don't know, like, especially when I used to play shows, I'd get stupid loaded by the end of the night. Then I'd be pissed that I had to load my gear into the fucking car because my bass amp was like 10,000 pounds. I'd load my shit into the car and I'd be all buzzed. And then I'd have to drive all the way to, like, by the Whitestone Bridge from fucking Port Jefferson. So you're talking about like a 50-mile-an-hour ride on the expressway, eyes pinned straight ahead, hands at 10 and 2 with the window up and down. And I'm half asleep because now it's like fucking 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yep. Like my mother used to live over here, right down the block from here.
Right.
And I had an apartment in Bohemia. But for Christmas Eve, I'd come see my mother.
Right.
They go to the bar, hang out with my friends because I grew up here.
Right.
I get fucking annihilated. And I would get a steak from the bar. I get it like fucking 2 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
Give me a teriyaki steak, rare. I want totally rare. Because I'd get home and then barbecue it. Right. So what happened was one night, it took me almost fucking 4 hours to get home because I kept getting lost. I'm like, where the fuck am I?
I'm not the only stupid person on the world.
I ended up in the Wyndham Watch Hotel in the hot dog.
No, I have no idea
No.
what the fuck you're talking about. 'cause I
There's
didn't-
the hotel out there called the Wyndham Watch, and I'm in the parking lot like, how the fuck did I get to this fucking hotel? It was scary. And then the next time that happened to me, I got home with the steak. I put the steak on the grill, all right, and I figured, all right, I'll eat the steak and shit. So the next night, I came home with the steak again. I opened the barbecue. The steak from the night before was still on there. I had no gas left in the barbecue. It was shriveled up to nothing.
You're a fucking
It was a
dick.
fucking mess.
Oh my god.
Oh, it was a fucking mess. I had some bad stories.
I had another night that I was lit, and I of course I had a gig. I forget where I was coming back from, and where I lived in Queens, there's a Greek church across the street from my house that insisted on closing the fucking street down and having one of those dumb festivals that no one gives a fuck about. You know, so they're like, oh, you can't pull up on your block.
I live in-
Me? What? Who? Me? I can't pull up on my block with fucking 10 tons of bass gear and all you fucking animals parked around my street? Yeah, it's not gonna happen. So I had my little Ford Bronco too. I jumped the sidewalk with it, turned the corner, and I parked it right in front of my house. And the cops was like, what the fuck? And I was like, I live here. You guys figure it out. I don't give a fuck about this.
Right.
As far as I'm concerned, you firebomb all these assholes and tell them to go home. I really don't care. You know, the guy's like, he just looks at me, he shakes his head, he goes, what? And he walks away. So that morning, I wake up and walk outside. There's my truck parked literally. Like, you had to climb over the truck to get into it. I was
Wow.
parked that close to the stairs.
Wow.
Right on the sidewalk. They should have by rights, they should have towed my fucking car out of there.
All right, we got some people coming on YouTube.
Good. I'm glad they're coming on the
Yeah,
YouTube.
I don't know if it's Facebook or I don't know what the fuck's going on over there.
Whatever.
But-
It's never a shock with this fucking Facebook feed. I can't wait.
Yeah, but welcome to the YouTube. Isn't it much better over here?
Yeah.
And we can do stuff like this and this and this and this.
Anyway, before we get too far into it, I'm gonna, I'll just give a brief synopsis on my New Year's because I want to get to the Pat Gasparini stuff relatively early in the show while people are coming over to the YouTube page. So for New Year's, we went to dinner at a place called Portofino in Levittown.
Was that right?
You were absolutely right. Of course, fucking Fat Belly over here knew exactly where it was.
Huh?
He's like, oh, it's on Hempstead Turnpike.
Yeah, he'll give you the address and the zip code.
Basically, yes. Every fucking direction I needed, he had. So we did that. It was basically a glorified pizza place.
Right.
But the food was all right. Listen, you try getting reservations for New Year's Eve, the Thursday before?
Forget it.
Good fucking luck with that because it ain't happening. So, we went there, and then we were going to see Star Wars. And we went to a late show. We went to a 10:30 show, but there was so much time to kill in between that we went, and it was playing at at the mall in Hicksville, whatever the hell that place is called.
Oh yeah, the Broadway Mall.
Broadway Mall. Thank you. So we go in, and we're like, there's an arcade right next to it.
Yep.
I think the place is called Round One. If you have any sort of aversion to bright lights and loud noises and all this kind of shit, I can't recommend you don't go enough. The whole place looks like an anime episode. And, like, there's a couple cool games and shit, and it was fun, don't get me wrong. But, like, you walk in and you're, like, overwhelmed. You're fucking completely overwhelmed.
Right.
So, we walked in there, but they have all this cool shit. They have, like, bowling and billiards, pool for the uninitiated, for the fancy word for it, because I don't know why they call it that. Bowling, pool, darts, karaoke rooms. And,
Right.
Yeah, it's a nice layout, actually.
yeah, it's a pretty decent layout for sure.
Sorry to interrupt you one more time. Can you go on the YouTube feed? And people are trying to talk to us. I can't answer you because I'm working the camera. But maybe you can go on it and answer them. All right? Cool.
All right.
Thank you. Sorry,
Go,
Dad.
go on.
I can talk now?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, great. So we did that. I saw Star Wars for the second time. My wife saw it for the first time. And I got to tell you, I love this movie. Honestly, it might be the best one yet, in my opinion. Were there plot holes? Okay.
Of course, there are plot holes.
But, you got to suspend you got to suspend belief here a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was a great movie. It was entertaining as shit. And I'm not going to give out, spoilers
Neither
or
am I.
anything like that.
No.
Right.
But for the most part, if you're a fan or you're a quasi type of fan, you've seen the movie already regardless. But it was a great way to wrap that part of it up and, start, go new style with it.
Yes.
So I lost like 15 minutes. I was tired though. I worked all fucking
Oh, okay.
day.
So as long as it wasn't
Yeah, no,
bored.
it wasn't out of being bored. It was just about being like fucking cross-eyed tired.
Right.
So, anyway, so I really, really dug it. I got to see the whole thing this time, and a couple of things made a little more sense because I was finally awake for it, and so it was pretty neat. It was definitely a quiet New Year's. By the time I walked out of the movie theater, it was 1:45 in the morning, and New Year's had come and gone.
Yeah.
And it was pretty cool. My kid had a party at our house. And,
Oh boy.
Well, that's what I figured. I'm gonna walk in and all these fucking drunken idiots are gonna be laying on my floor and shit with the dog peeing on them and shit and whatever, And I come back to the house, my kid's asleep, all of her friends are gone, and the house is like spotless.
Wow.
I was really impressed because when I was her age, there's not a chance in hell that my house would have looked like that after a party.
It would have been a mess.
Right.
My son fell asleep at 10:30. I had to wake him up at fucking 5 minutes to 12.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, he wouldn't even drink. I'm like, have a beer. Had half a beer. Like, I'm on the mood. Really? All right.
Are you sure he's your kid?
I checked. I checked his balls.
It doesn't mean anything. We don't have the same bag.
We have the same bag. No.
But giving back to the Star Wars movie, I loved it too.
Right.
I loved it too. A lot of
Shut
haters.
up, Johnny. I'm gonna punch you in the fucking tits.
I don't understand all the hate for it, but I love it. It still is a brand new movie. It was refreshing. Not the perfect movie, but I still enjoyed it anyway.
I don't know if I found the movie itself refreshing, but I am gonna hit Johnny in a minute. I'm just gonna punch him. But see, you can't I can't go by you in movies because you have no fucking sense of adventure when it comes to movies.
What are you talking about?
What do you mean? What am I talking about?
My top 5 movies is Jaws, Rocky, Godfather, Goodfellas.
Everything that came out 50 years ago.
No, it's not that. I could deal with that because all those are great, awesome movies.
Right.
Absolutely. But do you like Raiders of the Lost Ark?
Yes, that's a great movie.
Okay. You don't like any of the Star Wars movies?
I never got into that. And Batman, Superman, never get into that shit.
Which I saw Justice League, by the way. It was awesome.
I love Justice League.
That was
You can't. I can't say enough things about how much I love that movie.
Is that a Batman movie?
Yeah, it's a Batman Justice League.
Yeah,
It's not a Samuel L. Jackson motherfucker movie. We the Justice League motherfucker. No, it ain't. It's not like that at all.
Is that a penguin on your shirt?
Excuse me.
I like it.
So
Thank you.
anyway, tonight we were supposed to have a special guest, and it's our old friend Pat Gasparini from 4x8. Pat is unfortunately trapped at Fort Lauderdale Airport, which I'd rather put a bullet through my temple than be stuck in a fucking airport any day of the week. So he's stuck there trying to get back up here, and we were going to talk his new music, and he's doing a solo record, which I know that these songs are amazing, and we're going to play a couple of them for you in a moment, but one track that we're going to start off with is a track called Thank You. Now, this song it's being added to rock mainstream and country rock stations across the country, and this song, Thank You, and the other 2 tracks that we're going to play they're called Tell Me Why and Walk On Me, are samples of his solo record, Patrick James, coming out this year, and there will be supporting select tour dates. So that's going to be awesome. I don't want to get too much into it, but, as far as these songs go, John Regan is on bass. John Regan is also our old friend from 4x8, and basically everyone else.
Yep.
And I'm going to get into something about him in a second, too. Remind me to bring him up, Mario, after we hear Thank You.
Mm-hmm.
And along with his son, PJ, on drums. Pat cut all the vocals and stuff. Yeah,
Nice.
man, his son's an awesome drummer.
Yeah.
I've seen him play live with 4x8, and the kid can play. He's got chops for days. He's really, really good. So we're just going to take a real quick break. I want you guys to hear this, so please, listen to it with an open ear, man, because this stuff is really, really good.
Is good. Did you hear it yet?
Yeah, dude.
I've heard,
So this song is called Tell Me Why, and like I said, it's being added at mainstream rock stations and country rock stations across the country. This song's going to have legs, folks, so remember, for those of you who don't listen to mainstream rock stations and country rock, you heard it here on the Jim Chinnici Radio Show first. So, Mario,
Tell me why.
Tell me why. We'll be right back.
Tell them what I told you. Tell them why you came unglued. Screaming when I hold you. Screaming when it came right through. Whoa, whoa, whoa. just melts away. How much longer can it go now? How much longer till it fades away? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Don't tell me that you're not crushed, 'cause I've been feeling now. Tell me why my patience is killing me. We'll be I've been beat down and I'm broke down and I'm torn in two. Can't seem to shake this. Can't take much more of this. My heart is frozen and I'm numb now. The way you left me, screaming like a It's like being in a ring now, with the fight's already through. Tell me why my patience is killing me. We'll be I've been beat down and I'm broke down and I'm torn in two. Tell me why your patience is killing me. Come on now, tell me. It's the way to be beat down and
So that was Tell Me Why from the Patrick James solo record of Pat Gasparini of 4x8. And on the line right now, I would like all of you to say hello to Mr. Todd Howarth of 4x8. Todd, how are you, my friend?
I'm doing good. I'm kind of wet here. I just got out of the shower and I checked the Facebook because that's the most fucking important thing that you need to do once you get out of the shower.
Of course.
So I apologize, but I'm dripping and naked for those that care. See anything you like? No. Okay,
Mario's
all right.
face just lit up, and Christmas was last week, so I
Yeah,
can't
he
even
wants
imagine what
pictures.
he's thinking.
But I saw that Pat couldn't make it because of airplanes.
Yes. Yes, he's caught in Fort Lauderdale, and they had like half an inch of snow, so Florida's basically closed for the season. And, you know, they're beat. They don't know what to do first, and he's stuck at the airport, and I can think of a million things that anybody would rather do. I felt bad for him. I was talking to him earlier, and he was not a happy camper being stuck out there. So,
Well, I just want to tell all you guys and all the listeners that is a lie. He's very unhappy because he did not get his boob and man butt postcard in the mail from you because evidently that's all the rage.
you know, Tom, we were supposed to keep that between us, pal, you know?
He said, you know, Jim's a nice guy, but that butt and those man boobs, oh my God. So he said, I'll just retaliate and I'll just make him wait, like a hot date back in the 70s when we were young, or at least I was. No, I couldn't resist. I saw. I'm not kidding you. I am not kidding. I got out of the shower and I had some other thing under on the phone as a notice, and I saw it was up with you, and I thought, oh, this would be hilarious. And so I am actually really naked, and that's really not for anybody really to know. So don't tell anyone.
I will keep it to myself.
And I thought it'd be hilarious to call in and
like
say,
Daryl Hannah from the back.
you know what? I do, except for there's no butt and no long legs, and well, there's a couple of things are missing too, but it's not a good thing. Anyhow, hey guys, have fun, and let's do this again, for real. And when Pat gets over his little jealousy, hissy fit there, he'll call you back, and but you might want to send him a little, shot there on message or something, you know.
Oh, I'm definitely. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna send them a picture, but I'm gonna send it of the three of us, me, Johnny, and Mario. So he'll likely.
Yeah.
He'll likely go.
That'll
blind
be
in his left
hilarious.
eye. Yeah. So that would definitely.
Once that happens, he'll never go back. Yeah, it'll be hilarious. All right, guys. Happy New Year. Talk to you later.
Happy New Year, brother. See you soon, man.
Bye bye.
See ya.
That was the infamous Todd Howarth of 4x8, Fraley's Comet, Todd Howarth, solo career chief. I can go on and on and on. Todd is a great friend, and it was awesome to hear his voice. I haven't talked to him in quite a while, so it was definitely good to hear from him tonight. So that song was Tell Me Why because Mario played the wrong song. But that's fine because it's awesome either way. I'm very, very happy to hear how cool these songs are. And that's definitely got a nice groove and a grind to it. I like it a lot. And his vocals are outstanding, man. That guy can sing for days.
Oh, yeah.
Now, this song that we're going to play, this one is called Thank You. And this one is the one that is being added right now as we speak to mainstream rock radio and country rock radio all over the country. And again, for those of you who don't listen to that and listen to my spouting of nonsense, you heard it first here on the Jim Chinnici Show. This one is called Thank You. Before you go to this song, Mario, also I want you guys to please, please, please feel free to call in 877-917-5263 and check out the feed on YouTube. I believe Johnny posted the link on Facebook. And we're going to go to, right now, we're going to go to Thank You. So thank you.
Thank you for your time. Thank you for your sacrifice. How hard it must be. Wake up in the morning, don't know what's in store for you. Is it bloodshed or tears? Fighting for your freedom, fighting for your life. Thank you. I just wanna thank you for what you've done for me. Thank you. I just wanna let you know how much it means to me. Riding home from far away, wishing you had them so close. Today might be the last day. Hope to God that we come home, fighting for your freedom, fighting for your life. Thank you. I just wanna thank you for what you've done for me. Thank you. I just wanna let you know how much it means to me. So what am I supposed to do? I gave my life and fought for you. Good man down and lost for good. Don't take for granted life is good. It's Land of the free, home of the brave. A price was paid, dearly paid. Set a course for freedom. Together we succeeded. Thanks for all you've done for me. Thank you. I just wanna thank you for what you've done for me. Thank you. I just wanna let you know how much it means to me. Thank you.
Wow, that was a fucking awesome track.
Awesome.
UP
Unbelievable song.
Yeah, it really is.
Wow.
It really is. Wait till I talk to Pat about having that be our outro theme
Yeah,
of the show.
that would be
Yeah,
fantastic.
For sure.
Nice.
UP is-
Unbelievable song.
yeah, it really is.
You might want to turn that. There you go.
There we go.
Echo.
Echo. So that's some cool stuff, and we're going to play another one in a couple of minutes, another song called Walk On Me. And then next week when we have Pat on the phone, we'll get to the lowdown of everything. Who did what. I mean, there's a list a mile and a half long of everybody who was lucky enough to be involved in working on this record with him. And, it was, ironically enough, I was speaking with John Regan today, off and on Facebook. Did you see the movie Hired Gun? Did you watch that yet?
Hired Gun. Who?
It's about studio musicians or guys who were basically like side.
The Wrecking Crew.
No, not even that. But guys like Rudy Sarzo who are hired to be
Right.
bass players in like Whitesnake or Ozzy's solo band.
Right.
That type of thing.
No, I haven't seen
You
the movie.
really should check it out. It's on Netflix. It's a really, really good flick. I watched most of it, and in my defense, I watched it at like 1 o'clock in the morning, so I fell asleep
wow.
during it. But I am good. I totally intend to watch it again because it was that good in the first place. I was totally into it. But they put this movie out, and there's a lot of attention coming to it. There's a lot of guys involved in the movie, like Jason Hook from Five Finger Death Punch. He's played with Mandy Moore, Vince Neil, the Bullet Boys, on and on and on.
Oh, wow.
Phil X from Bon Jovi. He's the guy who replaced Sam Bora in Bon Jovi.
Right.
Rudy Sarzo.
Kenny Aronoff is in it. Alice Cooper, of course.
Well, Alice Cooper's talking about his side guys.
Right,
There's a lot of clips of
wow.
his current band, which he's got Nita Strauss on guitar. She's amazing. Chuck Garrick plays bass. And Long Island's own Tommy Hendrickson is one of the other guitar players.
There he is.
Yes, with the whitest teeth I've ever seen on a human being.
Good for him.
Yeah, well, so I mean, this movie's awesome though. It's interesting to really check it out. And there's also
Netflix. Okay.
whatchamacallit, the I think it's the Lords of 52nd Street. It was Billy Joel's original backup band.
Right.
Like Liberty DeVito and all those dudes. And it's just, the stories are fascinating. And these guys are incredible musicians, on call and on point all the time. So it's definitely something that you should share, especially if you're a musician and you're in that world where you could bounce to projects from projects all the time. John Five's in it, Rob Zombie also. It's really great. It's an interesting watch for sure. But since there was all this attention on it, John brought up putting out his book. And he's been with, he's played with fucking everybody.
Right.
And I really, really, really think that he should have. I was like, the time is now, as far as I'm concerned.
He's got a title, as I remember.
He totally, the title is up there. He put the title out there today. And, it's definitely, like I said, it's the point where he should. At this point in his life, I mean, he's always been a backbone of a band. But, I mean, the guy's been all over the world 10 times over with, with everybody.
Play with the best.
Yeah.
Jagger.
I mean, it's just something that he should write, and his perspective would definitely be very, very interesting for sure. So it's definitely something that I would definitely read for sure, and whatever I can do to help promote it, God willing that our feeds work and everything else, and there's that. But I mean, I would be definitely down for that. I wanted to ask you guys too, while we're talking about music and stuff like that. Did you have a top album this year? I myself do not have a top 5.
Oh, God.
But I'm curious if you had a record that you loved.
I'm going to be honest with you. The album I have not stopped listening to, 2 albums.
Okay.
You're going to laugh at this.
I probably will.
Vinnie Vincent Invasion.
Which one? The first
both
one?
of them.
Really?
Fucking like mad. For like the last 7 months, I've been just fucking listening to the both of the albums.
Well, he's appearing at the Atlanta Kiss Expo
I know.
next weekend.
Wow.
No, 2 weeks from now. And that is something, like, if I know anybody who's going down there, I really, really, like, I'm going to need a road report from that one. I'm curious how that's going to go.
That would be good.
That would be like an old album or just...
No, the Vinnie Vincent Invasion albums are from 1986 and 1988. Those 2 original
That's
records.
it. Just those 2 albums.
That's
Oh,
what
they
came out.
re-released... Oh, wow.
No, they didn't re-release them. I've been listening to those.
So those are your albums of
That's
2017?
Those are
Fair enough.
Love that shit, man.
No, it's great music for
I mean,
sure.
come on, he's a fucking unbelievable guitar player.
He really is.
Yeah.
And they got Mark Slaughter singing
On the second record.
on the second one, yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
But if you watch the videos, he lip syncs.
Yeah, he lip synced the other guy's vocals
fucking great.
in the Boys Are Gonna Rock video.
Yeah.
And this is why like no one wants to ever have sex with me because I know that Mark Slaughter lip synced the words in the Boys Are Gonna Rock video
Yeah.
from 1986.
By the way, we're back up on Facebook again. We're good. So,
Awesome. We're back up on fucking shit Facebook.
yeah.
What about you, Mario?
I actually picked up the new Weezer album.
I knew this was gonna go wrong.
And that is
I
a
know.
fucking penguin on your shirt, isn't it? God damn.
There's a penguin.
All right, I don't care about the penguin on his shirt.
Well, apparently,
Tell me about this ridiculous record that you bought.
no, I was really good. I'm digging it. One of the songs I was listening to was a song called "Happy Hour," and every now and then I'll follow, listen to some of the. I have a couple of the tracks, a couple of the Weezer albums. So I dig their stuff. But the new one I really like. One of the songs is called "Happy Hour."
So that's your 2017 record of the year?
Yeah,
See,
not
man-
the year, but it's one of my favorite albums.
All right, well, give me the rest. What else did you like this year then?
Aside from listening to Sepultura, Tool, I mean, there's really no other albums out there. But I was listening to some of the old stuff.
No,
Really.
well, that's fine because that could be your album
Yeah.
of the year too. I do have my personal pick of album of the year, and I actually picked one that came out in 2017. And that album for me was Ellie Gunn's The Missing Piece. It is
Okay.
fucking awesome. That record is so good, it's scary, and it should be fucking massive. It's ridiculous what it sounds like. It's a mix of,
The old stuff.
well, yeah, but see
Yeah.
what it is. It's good. It's definitely got a modern twist to it.
Right,
But
right.
it's definitely like the first record and Cocked and Loaded. There's a little bit of that Hollywood vampire stuff in there, and I'm not big on that record. I like all their records, but I'm not big on that one. There's something about it it didn't like hit me.
Right.
But this fucking record is out of control. Nobody can play the guitar like fucking Tracy Guns. I don't care what
No, he's
anybody
good.
says.
Right.
He's the most underrated guitar player in hard rock, and always will be. He'll always be that guy. And he's so fucking good at scary. With the lineup that they have now, well, they have on the other guitar is a guy named Michael Grant. He was in a band called End Ever After, which put out a fucking amazing record about 10 years ago, maybe 11. And, he was influenced by Ellie Guns because you could hear it on that record.
Right.
So he's a perfect fit, and he's a great guitar player in his own right and an amazing singer. But the home run of that album is Phil Lewis. This guy's 60, and he's 60 years old.
Wow.
And he hasn't lost a fucking step vocally. So on point, so good. So listen, if anybody's listening out there and you're so inclined, if you really want to check out an album of sleazy like metal, and to me it is metal, with hard rock elements thrown in, go out and get LA Guns' The Missing Piece. It's on Frontiers Records. Go get that fucking record
Check it out.
and crank the shit out of it because it's the only way to listen to it.
And the vocalist is still great. We saw him live when he came down to Mulcahy's.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
he still had the voice. Like, I could still hear Never Enough, Ballad of Jane, from the Cocked and Loaded album.
Yeah, all
and
that stuff. He was on point.
and
for
he
sure.
was on point, and he sounded great.
Right.
He sounded great. And those albums didn't come out 15, 20 years. These were like back in the 80s, and he
Yeah.
still sounds great.
Right, he definitely sounds on point.
Unbelievable.
And truthfully, they only played one song off that new record the last time we saw them. So they're playing a ton of shit off the new album and all the old stuff too. And it's really, really, it's really good shit. And they're coming back to New York on May 4th. I believe it's May 4th they're coming to Revolution.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm totally in on that one. And I'll get that little motherfucker Tracy to give me the interview I've been asking him for 5 fucking years.
Nice.
Wow, 5 years.
Plus, I've been listening to a band called Through Fire.
Who is that?
It's a good band. And,
I don't know. I don't know who they are. What do they sound like?
I'll play it.
Parkway Drive.
No, nothing like that. I'll play this is one of their hits right here.
I'm trying to remember if I've heard this at all or whatever. I don't know that now.
Sounds good. Wait till I tell you the band I'm
That's definitely not bad. What's the record called?
Oh shit! Through Fire.
It's Through Fire.
It sounds like Food Fighter.
I am hungry.
And
I'm hungry.
1,000-Foot Crutch I've been listening to also.
1,000-Foot Crutch is pretty good. I hear
Yeah,
them a lot.
that was
Great,
like
yeah.
my 2017 bands I was listening to all fucking year.
Yep.
So
This is quite a band that if you hear them, it's sort of like an 80s nostalgia. It's like think John Hughes, think Pretty in Pink, think like any kind of 80s, and like it's like a musical score or like
gay.
Strangest Things.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course it's gonna be gay. No, but I'm gonna play it anyway. So. I'm gonna play it anyway. It doesn't matter. Fucking Mario anyway. So, but I dig it because it does have that little 80s nostalgia. The band is called Gunship. And right when the moment you hear it, it's all these synthesizers, it's all drums, everything's mostly computerized, and it just takes you. I dig it. Because it just reminds me of I saw from a movie. Go ahead.
I still have to get my Capizios on.
Yeah. Or my Shams to Baron.
What is that from? Why do I know this song?
See, the thing is, though, it sounds like you've heard it from a movie.
Right, but
or
see,
TV.
like, I haven't had sex with a man this year, so I don't know how I've heard this. Obviously, Mario has, so I'm curious as to where you're hearing from. Were you actually gagging on the penis when this came on? Or were you bent over a chair screaming, Daddy, Daddy, I'm sorry, Daddy? No, it's not. It's totally not that. It does remind me of Depeche Mode, though.
Depeche Mode, something, anything had to do with 80s. Already I could feel the hair just growing. And the lace, fingerless gloves, Madonna.
He's fucking really Johnny. You can say it. It's all right.
Go ahead.
Faggot!
I was just waiting for you. Go ahead. It's, me too, actually.
You suck, you jackass.
I put up a post on Facebook yesterday, and do I listen? You guys read my posts.
Yes.
Do I make myself clear when I say shit?
Yeah.
Like, do I make myself clear?
It's clear as the sky.
Actually, one of the things you put up, I answered it right, and Todd actually commented saying, "Oh, he gets it."
Yes.
Right?
Is it me or is it that laptops are not a musical instruments? That is all.
No. It was, do you
There's one of them.
ketchup on eggs? Yes or no?
Oh, right.
Simple fucking question. So I wrote yes. Everyone's giving, put it on this, try this. He didn't ask that fucking question.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes or no?
But it's ironic though, because I'll put a Facebook post and it'll be this fucking mega important thing, like, how do you feel about abortion in third world countries?
Goes down.
Do we feed the Africans? Do we fucking break dance with Israel? All this shit that could be considered like some sort of importance in this world.
Bloody people.
Get fucking 20 responses. Okay, I'm fine with that. I don't give a fuck. Ketchup on eggs, yes or no? The fucking floodgates open. Thousands of people. And it was like, what the fuck?
We should have told Ask Todd because he's like, I'll put ghost peppers on it. I'll put chili sauce. I'll put that egg.
And it was because I asked a question last week. I was at fucking IHOP, and I got eggs. Mm-hmm. I always put ketchup on scrambled eggs. Always. I don't give a fuck what anybody else likes. I always put ketchup on scrambled eggs. I went to go hand it to my wife, and she looked at me like I was trying to hand a shit in a 2-pound bag. Now, she never has ketchup on her shit anyway, but that's regardless. I just do it to be an asshole. And so I was like, you know what? Let me put this post up on Facebook. My phone never fucking stopped for a day and a half.
Oh, my God.
And I'm like, you ask all these important questions. You ask one fucking idiotic question, and everyone's all over it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, my post yesterday, this is why I ask if I make myself clear. I put up a post yesterday, and I said, if you use a laptop as your musical instrument, you're not a fucking musician. And you're not. Right. I don't give a fuck what anybody says.
Much like the ketchup thing, it just started.
But it doesn't matter. Don't fucking sit there and be like a DJ and go to some asshole club and press play and stop and pretend that you're scratching something and call yourself a fucking musician. Because you're not. Listen, I said it yesterday in the post. I'm no great shakes as a musician. I will be the first fucking person to admit it. But I take my fucking guitar or my bass or my microphone and I put everything I got into it. Mm-hmm. And I perform for people with emotion. I don't go and then hear or whatever fucking asshole beat comes out of the stupid computer for some of this fucking, EDM or whatever music.
Daft Punk and...
No, but Daft Punk plays instruments. I
yeah,
have no beef
right,
with
no,
Daft
right.
Punk. 9 Inch Nails plays instruments. I have no beef with that either. And that's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is some dick DJ in a club bumping EDM music, you're not a fucking musician. You're not.
Nope.
You're not. Take your fucking laptop, throw it. You know what? Give me your laptop. I'll find porn, and here's my fucking guitar. Write me the next fucking Wanted Dead or Alive.
There you
How about
go.
that? How about that? You know, I've been playing my musical instruments for probably close to 30 years now. I've written albums worth of material. Albums. Like, not fucking 3 songs. Albums worth of material. Co-written. I'm not that good. Co-written albums worth of material. You know, so as far as I'm concerned, and I will never even sit here and tell you that I'm a musician. I'm a fucking entertainer. It's a very slim line to walk.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, you talk to people, and this one fucking idiotic woman, like, just didn't get it.
Right.
And I'm sitting there, and I'm like, we're trying to explain it to her. Somebody puts up a picture of Skrillex,
Yeah. Oh boy.
and this guy gets $100,000 a night
Yep.
to press play and press stop. And he posted it, and the guy wrote, I think this is what Jim is referring to. I was like, exactly. And this fucking woman, if she was in front of me right now, I would swear to God I would make her talk to Mario all night. Fucking, she writes, it's not about the money. If you're about the money, you're controlled by the government. Now, at this point, I want to smash my fucking head through a window. Exactly.
Well, okay. Well, that's not on point, but.
And
yeah.
basically, she was just like, all you old fogies disappeared to the past. I'm going to go hang out in 2018. The fucking point was, you fucking idiot. If you can't read, or if you can't figure out what the point is, get the fuck off any social media site.
Yeah.
You are a fucking asshole.
She's a
You're
troll.
a drain on society. It's not even that she's a troll. You're a fucking... I looked at the woman's profile. She's fucking 50 if she's a minute, okay? If you're that fucking stupid in this life, throw yourself off a building and honestly, just let the body split everywhere because you're too dumb to survive in the real world.
Exactly.
You know, I don't care that people record with computers. I get it. You know what? I don't even think that rappers aren't musicians to a point because they still have to sit there and bring a verse out to a rhythm type of track. So they're still writing something in a rhythmic sense, and some of them even have a sense of melody. I don't fucking know. I don't listen to rap. I don't. I don't care for it. I
No,
never
me
have.
neither.
Never will. Not my thing.
Nope.
So, whatever. But, you know, the fact of the matter is that I was trying to make a point, and this fucking asshole just wouldn't listen. So I put up a meme of a guy talking to a wall, because that was me yesterday. I get further with my fucking dog than I do with adults. You know? And it drives me fucking insane. It really does. You know, you ask a simple question, you can't get to the fucking point. I mean, Mario, you read the post. Was it as clear as it could be?
It's as clear as the sky, as the water.
Yeah.
So if he gets it,
If he gets it, forget about it.
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Did you get it?
I got it. And I got the ketchup one.
Well, the ketchup one,
Yeah. Oh,
you couldn't
God.
possibly fuck that up. Like
No,
that-
a lot of people did, though.
No,
A lot
but
of
see,
people-
I'm not going to count that a lot of people did. A lot of people put their preference, which all I asked you right was yes or no. But some people had some interesting ideas. I wouldn't necessarily put like Worcestershire sauce on eggs, but hey, whatever floats your boat. I don't care. I don't know. Eat it out of an asshole. I don't give a fuck what you do with your eggs. It really doesn't mean anything to me. You know, some people are like, ew, eggs. All right, what do you want from me? Fucking, I don't care. Eat cardboard, you fuck. I don't care.
Exactly.
I just don't care. You know, and you try to talk, you try to make a point, and make it like a semi-intelligent conversation. And people just fucking drift to the left and they have no idea what the fuck is going on in their
Right,
life.
right. But that's what you got to expect when you put posters like that, and then you're gonna have that one person just coming out of left field.
Yeah, that's what happens.
And then you're gonna get a heated discussion, and the posters just it keeps getting bigger and bigger like a branch. It just keeps growing and growing.
But this is my life. Like this is what it comes down to. Like I don't need to be angry. I got enough fucking problems. Like if you can't read it or you can't figure out what the fuck the point is, if you need to ask me, like ask me.
Yeah.
I'll explain it to you. If you're too stupid to figure it out on your own, I will explain it to you.
Exactly.
I didn't put up a post that says when the sun rises in the east, the purple tree falls towards Harlem. That's not what the fuck I wrote.
Well, what would you put on your eggs? That's not what you wrote.
No.
No, right.
No. Ketchup on eggs, yes or no? Mario, do you like ketchup on your eggs?
Nope.
You're a fucking dick.
Nope.
Do you like ketchup on your
Fuck
eggs?
yeah, and pepper.
Well,
I put pepper.
A
Pepper.
little salt and pepper is okay.
hot sauce.
Of course.
Not so, you know, I don't.
Well, you're not the spicy kind of guy.
I'm not.
No.
No, I'm not either, though. I don't like.
No.
I'm not a hot sauce guy. I eat that shit and they should fire for a month and a half. I can't. You know, it's not my thing. You know, and again, to each his own. But you know, you ask these questions. Like next time, I'm going to ask the pizza question.
Oh no.
Because obviously, I'll get 20,000 responses from that. You know, if I ask you what you think about God and your own mortality,
Right.
somebody's going to write, "Whoa," and that's going to be that. You know,
Well, speaking about pizza, what do you put on your pizza?
I see, man. I'm either plain. I could go meatball. I could go pepperoni. Beyond that, I only used to get like I used to get bacon on it, but I don't like bacon on pizza. It's too fucking greasy. It is though, but it is. It's greasy as shit. And sometimes chicken cutlet.
Okay, yeah.
Oh.
I like a mixture of like sausage and meatball. You know, with some pepper and everything, man. Pepper and
Nice.
a little garlic powder. I'll be right back.
Buffalo chicken. Yeah. He's running.
Did you say buffalo chicken?
Buffalo chicken.
Buffalo chicken.
Buffalo chicken pizza. Oh my God, it's really good.
You
Yeah,
know
so
how many
much money.
Italians are rolling over in their grave right now? Pizza wasn't very funny.
Oh, he's got a sound effect.
Yeah, I'm back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. My son likes chicken bacon ranch pizza, and I'm like,
Too much.
but these millennials.
Yeah, but that's amazing though. The chicken bacon ranch, depending on where you get it. Actually, there's a pizzeria on Oak Street in Hempstead. Fucking,
He knows where it is. You're like our Yelp. You're like a Yelp app.
Exactly. You're
well,
exactly
you
right.
didn't get into for your New Year's. The restaurant, how I knew where it was. You didn't get into that.
Oh, the restaurant itself was in Levittown, exactly where you said it was.
I know it.
On the west side, on the
On the west side.
on the north side,
Right.
headed east on
Right.
on Hempstead Turnpike.
The last row, the last store. In the
No,
shopping
it was. You're right about that. It was the last. It was the last one. No, because
No?
it's next to a hurricane.
Oh, was it?
Hurricane
Okay.
Winds, which that's the most terrible place in the universe. Anybody who eats that shit, honestly,
What, hurricane winds?
it's fucking gross. That shit is nasty.
I've had it a couple times, all right.
Of course, you've had it a couple of times. Like,
Just a
why
couple of times.
I did go to the Green Turtle though last
Oh,
week.
yeah.
Yeah,
that
I
place
gotta
is
check
awesome.
out that place. You liked it, right?
Love it, yeah.
Really, it was a restaurant and they served him food. Like what the fuck did you think?
What do you
was
think's
gonna
gonna happen in there? No, I'm good.
The food is alright for sure. I watched fucking Toy Story because they had the Disney Channel TV at the
Listen to
table.
me. You have your own fucking satellite dish at your
That's what I
table.
hear.
Honestly, though, I could have just sat there and I could have watched Toy Story and not even eaten because I was so wrapped up in the show and stuff. You know, it definitely wasn't bad.
I heard there was like a wall to wall. Pretty much everybody gets a TV.
Yeah.
Everybody gets a
A
flat
lot
screen.
of TVs in that place.
Yeah, and they got huge screens up above all over the place. Whatever sport is popular.
Blows millions out of the
They
water.
were playing fucking it was basketball. Every time I watch basketball, I want somebody to hit me with a bullet from 2 miles away. I can't. Like, I'm not. No interest. I could care less. If they told me that the NBA was shutting down tomorrow, I'd be like, oh, well, let me think about it. Oh, I don't give a fuck. That's right. That's right. I don't care.
Hey, Charles Barkley's out of a job. That knucklehead. What do you think, Shaq? Hey, Shaq. It's just me.
Oh, also, while we're talking about stuff that's happening locally around here, there's supposed to be a snowstorm tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I want everybody out there to know, whoever's watching this, and I know you all feel the same way, I hate everyone. I hate all of you. Not you, because you know who you are.
You.
But I can't. The overreaction to the fact that we're getting a fucking snowstorm tomorrow is mind-blowing to me.
Yeah.
We live in a fucking in a state, in a city, in a part of the country that gets snow for one season a year. It happens.
Yep.
We've gotten blizzards for fucking ever.
You know what I find funny? Tonight, I'm driving home and I pass a gas station. There's fucking cars lined up at this fucking gas station. I'm like, all right. What are you going to be stuck in for fucking 3 weeks? First of all, and second of all, where the fuck you going tomorrow if it's going to start like that? You don't need gas.
The only reason why people do that is because they think that the gas lines are going to freeze up in the car.
Yeah.
You know, I had to get gas tonight because after I got my car fixed today, there was nothing left in the tank
Right.
because they had to drive the car around for 20 miles to clear the fucking computer out.
Oh, jeez.
So, which is fine by me, whatever. But so I go to get gas, and the line's a mile and a half long, and fucking Aunt Jemima's at the pump for fucking 6.5 hours. But wait, it gets better because she has no idea how to fuck to pump her own gas. I watched this fucking numbnut pull the nozzle out, and there's gas just spraying like fucking. We got it like that. There's gas all over the fucking place.
Who's got a match?
I thought about it for a minute. I was like, all I gotta do is press in my cigarette lighter from the car and throw it out the window.
Oh,
and it
jeez.
is gonna be a
Jesus Christ.
Bye-bye now.
epic fucking manifestation of
Jim
a party.
Chinnici, action hero.
Bye-bye.
Dun dun. It'd be like just like the intro to Mission Impossible. When Jim's walking away from the gas station in slow motion. Oh yeah. Jim Chinnici Radio Show.
I want to film that beginning for the show. I'm sitting there and I'm watching this woman, and you would think that fucking one of the mechanics or one of the people
help her
would
out.
come out and help her out.
No.
I'm stuck in my car, and the only reason why I didn't, because half the ass of my car is in the middle of the street. Because again, there's a line a mile and a half long, and fucking honestly, it looked like fucking. It looked like the end of the world was coming. Like I couldn't even take it, you know. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, what if like I was really in desperation for gas? Like I'm not, you know.
Right.
And it just dawned on me for a minute that I just want to get out and stab every one of these people in the jugular. I want to push their cars into the street and get them the fuck out of my way.
Yep.
You know, but you don't listen. You don't need to run to the supermarket and you know
Bread, milk.
eggs.
Bread, milk, eggs.
I understand. Listen. But this is stuff that you should have in your house in the fucking first place. Like, you know what I mean? Like, come on.
I'm ready for a snowstorm right back here, buddy. Right?
What, there were little African kids waiting to give you blowjobs without teeth?
Right behind the sheet. Pay no mind to the man behind the sheet.
Oh, this is a warm hole. God knows who's back there. Oh,
Courage.
But I mean, it's just like it's so. Watching people put up Instagram and Facebook posts and of photos in supermarkets and shit like
Oh,
that.
that's gonna be tomorrow. All the photos of the fucking ruler in the fucking ground. 8 inches, 12 inches, 6 inches.
Fuck your ruler and fuck you going out in the snow with the ruler. Because if you have time to do that, you can go to work. You can go.
Yep.
I'm going to work tomorrow.
Yep.
Yeah, I am. I don't want to. Like, honestly, I'd rather fucking hang out with Mario and just talk all day. But no, I really wouldn't. I'd rather go to work. But you know, I gotta go to work tomorrow. You know what it's gonna be like in fucking Midtown Manhattan?
Oh, forget about it.
No, not forget about it, because there's not gonna be a drop of snow on the ground in Midtown Manhattan.
No.
Have you ever noticed blizzards in the last 10 years? There's no fucking snow in Manhattan. Ever.
Because of the steam, right? Does the steam burn off too?
The steam helps a little bit for sure, but the city clears this fucking stuff out like in an instant.
Yeah.
You know, and I won't credit De Blasio for that because he's a jerk off, but I will credit Bloomberg because he was on top of his shit.
I was on top of my shit. Does that little neck thing? You know?
Yeah, well, he loves boys too.
Yes.
But whatever the case may be, you know. But you can't get excited over this if you live in New York. And honestly, it's kind of, you know, it's exciting the fact that, you know, we don't get blizzards all the time. I can't tell you how many fucking endless snowstorms that I've worked outside in for 16 hours a day, 7 days a week.
God almighty.
You know?
And then they changed. Didn't they give this like the name, the snow bomb of 2018?
I don't know.
They gave
You better off looking it up.
They gave it some kind of a name where they added the word bomb into it.
It was,
Just
yeah, it's like, honestly, dude, come on. Like, no one watches Channel 11 News. Why don't you just cut the shit and give it, like, the name that it is? Blizzard.
Yeah, exactly.
Blizzard with high wind.
Blizzard, right? Exactly. We're your Blizzard Information Center.
It's not Bob Nastic or whatever fucking Shaggy would call it or whatever.
It's snowing. That's it.
That's it. It's just fucking snow.
Yeah.
Like, walk it off. Do you have to work tomorrow?
Yeah.
Are you going to work tomorrow?
Well, I guess not.
Well, I guess we'll see.
Yeah, I guess. Well, yeah.
I don't know yet.
We'll see.
Yeah, I gotta wait to
Oh, it's
find out in the morning.
Ooh.
But like whatever, man. I'm just gonna jump on the train. I'll get into the city, and when I get there, and fucking it'll be a hoot. It'll be fun. And then all the fucking ignorant assholes that are walking around, they'll just want to push down face first into the snow. Yeah, drown in this, fucker. I don't like you. I've never liked you. I've never liked anything about you. I hope your whole family crashes in a train crash. I'm done. I'm done with people.
Oh,
I'm done.
jeez.
This is the year of Black-Hearted Jim. 2018.
Black-Hearted
The
Jim.
year of the Black-Heart.
Black-hearted Jim.
You're listening
Yeah.
to Black-Hearted Radio.
You know, listen, like, I go to, again, I don't know whatever anybody knows about me out there or whatever, but I go to therapy once a week. And obviously it's just not enough. So I'm going to decide that I hate everyone. So whatever asshole thing that someone does, I'm going to make sure that I point it out. And I'm really fucking on point about it.
Tomorrow's gonna be interesting.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna follow him around the city. Hey, what's up, Jim?
Interesting Facebook post. Yeah.
Jim.
Well, I mean, like, look, I came clean about hating people's kids. I still hate them. Because they're all little pieces of shit. And fuck them. Especially the week between Christmas and New Year's. Listen, I understand that, these housewives from, the very fancy neighborhoods on Long Island, their husbands are home for the week, so they can't blow the gardener or invest in new ways of being a fucking functioning alcoholic. So they take their little pieces of fucking sperm donation and they take them into the city to go see fucking... Well, there's no toy stores anymore to speak of.
Right.
So they go take them to see that gigantic piece of shit in the middle of Rockefeller Center or Elf or whatever
Yeah,
it is
yeah.
that they're taking their dumb kids to. And then they just let them run free in the Long Island Railroad like it's a playground for your little assholes.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
I hate these fucking kids. And I'm telling you, one day what's going to happen is I'm going to sit there and be sitting there on the train, and one of these little fucks are going to start to run past me. I'm going to go like this. I'm going to put my fist out until it runs into my fist. Oh, your asshole ran into my fist. I'm sorry.
You're right.
Oh, shit, it's bleeding, too. You might want to do something about that. Like, shut the fuck up and get it away from me. I got anxiety as it is. Fuck you, kids. I can't stand
I
them.
just fought on him or something.
Well, they're fucking...
Oh, God. If you could just turn around and go...
Oh, do you know how much I would love to cut one of my smelly gases on
Right
one of those little fucking
Oh,
deformities?
yeah, Australia calling.
What?
Good evening. Welcome to the Jim Chinnici Show. Can you
Hey.
hear Mark?
Yeah, man.
Hey, man. How are you? Happy
It's
New Year,
Mark.
brother.
Yes, it is.
I cannot
Yes,
believe...
good, man. How are you?
I'm great now. I can't believe that you're calling me all the way from the other side of the world. It's fucking awesome. I'm so happy.
Yeah,
to
well,
hear
I'm
your
hearing you
voice.
talking. Man, I'm hearing you talking about snowstorms. I just, no offense, but I had to ring you and tell you it's going to be 106 here on Saturday.
Wow.
Well, fuck me running, huh?
We'll send you some snow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Might be water by then, but hey.
Yeah, I'll send you a couple of bottles of Poland Spring. We'll pretend that it was snow when it left New York.
And I'll probably be over with the beautiful wife in late April, so I'd like to see you guys.
You will see us, guys. And you know what? As a matter of fact, Mark, when if you're in on a Wednesday night, come in and you do the show with us, both of you. Because there's no way in the world that I'm going to let
That
you
would
not
be
do it.
fantastic.
It would be so
That
much.
would be fantastic. Thank you so much.
Absolutely, man. It's been too long. And, just for those of you out there who are uninitiated, Mark and Karen are very, very good friends. They sent me an incredible care package from Australia while I was recovering. Yeah. And they're just two of the coolest fucking people on the planet. And, we obviously don't get to see them enough because they live in Australia.
Yeah. Well,
So, so whenever they come up, man, it's really special as far as I'm concerned. And they're great fun. We had the last time I hung out with Mark, we had so much fun. It was at Alley Guns too, by the way, that night because Kill Code open. Remember?
That's right. That's right.
So we had a blast at the bar.
Yeah.
It was good. It was a good fucking time, man.
awesome.
And you guys are missed, And
Yeah.
I have to say though, I am very
Thank
very
you.
jealous of you that you probably spent Christmas Day in like shorts and flip flops and shit like that because we did not do that up here this year.
No.
Well, exactly. You're going to have to get over it one day.
I'm telling you, Mark, like it's part of the plan because I'm putting together like this whole list in my head of like my bucket list type shit,
Yeah.
and part of it is trips that I want to take. Like I want to go to Japan.
Yeah.
I want to go to Italy and look up my roots because I'm a dirty guinea. So and fucking Australia is the
Awesome.
dream. That's
I'd
the
love to go
dream.
there, man.
That is the
Awesome.
dream. And I look at like
Awesome, man.
all types of nature stuff and stuff on there all the time.
Kangaroos jumping around and shit.
Kangaroos are dicks, from what I understand.
Yeah,
they're
it's
really nasty motherfuckers, from what I'm
I
told.
see some videos.
They are. They can be. They can be, man. The red kangaroos. You know, seriously, you could set up what? Well, I remember as a kid, one looked about 15 feet tall, and they are really muscly too.
I see. I can't fucking. I can't even
love the
imagine.
accent, man.
I heard koalas with dicks also. I did though, but I'm telling you
Hey,
what.
we tell a lot of Americans that they'll drop out of the tree and attack your face.
Oh God! See, man, that's and fuck those koalas. You're not cute like Walt Disney makes them out to be.
No.
You fucking anti-Semite son of a bitch.
Fucking bite you and rob you.
Don't they just hang off in a tree and just eat leaves?
No, but they will fall. He's not joking, because they'll fall off the trees and they'll just attack you.
Oh my God!
Hey, it's a lot like that in the Bronx.
Yeah,
also,
well, they do.
right?
Man, that's why we call them drop bears.
Oh my God, Mark, it's so fucking good to hear your voice, and your accent is just amazing. I
Oh,
love it
that's
so
great.
much. I can't wait to see you guys, man.
Thank you very much.
But listen,
Thank you very much. And
yo, you go ahead, pal.
I was going to say hello to Russell when you get him in again.
I absolutely will. As a matter of fact, I'll be talking to Russell tomorrow for sure, because he
And
tried.
I'll tell you what, that's one man. I've never seen a man take that many selfies and that many videos
Oh
of
my
himself.
God!
And post them on Facebook. He's doing it 3 times a day.
That is the fucking best thing I've ever heard, because Johnny and I make fun of him all the
my
time for taking all those selfies.
Oh.
He really is like my teenage daughter.
I want to be on your show, Dad.
I'm sure he'll be listening. He'll probably call next.
Yeah, I mean, I'm waiting for that fucking phone call. That's what I need. I don't take that many selfies.
Yeah.
But you do.
Yeah, you do.
You take that many selfies?
Hat on or hat off?
Hat on and hat off.
Oh my God, Mark, listen, I don't want to keep you on the phone. It's going to cost everybody a fortune. Do me a favor, give your beautiful wife a hug and a
cool,
kiss
man.
for me, and stay in touch. Let me
I'll
know
do
for
that.
sure when you're coming up, and I will definitely make arrangements so you can come here and hang, and we can do our thing, bro. And I definitely want to see you guys very, very soon.
We'll certainly do that. Thank you very much, and all the best to you all. And stay safe in that snow.
You got it, brother.
Take care, now, bud.
Have a great, great night. Love you, brother.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, love you too, man. Bye-bye.
Bye.
That was a great call.
He's the best. He's just
So
the
he
best.
knows Russ.
I guess he does.
Yo.
He knows his hair or his selfies.
Oh, that made my whole fucking year right there.
Holy
And it's only January 3rd, so
Oh.
my whole year is complete. That is fucking fantastic.
It takes too many selfies there, does he? You noticed that too.
Oh my God, he does.
Oh, God. I don't take that many selfies.
So let me ask you guys a question now that we're getting into this a little bit, because I mentioned some bucket list shit that I wanted to do. I also, I'm planning on, I really want to travel the world. Within the next probably 10 to 15 years. I want to go to South Africa. I want to go on the Serengeti. I want to go on all those tours. And I want to see, there's so many things to see in the world. And listen, I'll put it as bluntly as I possibly can. I almost died. A lot. So, you know what, man? You only get one trip around this little blue dot that we live on. So I want to experience all the shit and all the flavors across the world, Like, I'd love to go to Rio de Janeiro and stand in front of that statue of Jesus. That's got to be mind blowing.
Oh,
That's
yeah, that's
not
gonna be
you.
unbelievable.
I want to go to Paris. Like,
Yes.
even Paris.
No, no such thing. You're kind of afraid to do that shit now.
You can't.
You can't let that
fuck-
bother you,
fuck
dude.
That noise. I'm not afraid of anything,
dude.
Johnny, like I said, I've stared death in the face more times than I care to count. You're not gonna scare me with anything like that. I don't give a fuck what these animals do. I don't even care. You know what? I'll go into the middle of ISIS and be like, "Yo, what are we gonna do now? What about now?
Sharper, sharper? Darper, darper?
You shoot me. I'm only one of 72 virgins, motherfucker.
Darper, darper? Sharper, sharper?
I want to go to Italy, man.
I'm dying to go to Italy.
Me too.
Italy's a dream because, like I said, there's, obviously you do too, but I have roots there. There is family that I have in Italy.
Sure.
And I gotta see, if there's some, I always picture it like Family Guy. When Peter goes to Ireland and he sees a fat, drunken Peter, then it's his father. I just want to see somebody who looks stupid like I do.
Can you imagine an Italian Jim with the hair pulled back and he's shooting time?
With a bass.
with a bass guitar, a classic bass, like
I'll just go out there and be like, so girls don't like you either.
It's like, fuck off. Oh, you're my son now.
I want to go to Italy, man. The garlic there must be fucking awesome.
How are you going to get to Italy, though?
Fly.
Oh, you fly. I forgot. I got
Oh,
confused.
I didn't say she was going.
But what if you can't get anywhere in Italy because everywhere is elevators?
Well, then there's trees outside.
Jesus.
Figure it out. My little guy fell.
I want to do all that shit. Like, I want to travel the world. I want to see as much of it as I can see. I mean, like, dude, I want to go to Canada. Like, I've never been to Canada.
I walked there
Toronto's
once.
nice.
That was it.
You walked there.
I walked over the bridge and walked back.
It doesn't sound like it was all that exciting for
No.
you.
No, it
it doesn't
wasn't.
sound like
I had to make a
no.
delivery up by Niagara Falls, so I said, fuck it, man. I parked the truck and I walked across to Canada. And it looks really fucking cool over there.
Yeah, I would imagine.
Right
Toronto's a
where I
beautiful
was
city.
was all the casinos and shit, and it was crazy.
Yeah, well, a lot of those places like Toronto and
Yeah.
Montreal, it's like
Beautiful.
America Light, from what I
Right.
understand.
Yeah.
But I'm sure that it has. I want to go to Vancouver. Vancouver is beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
That part of Canada is supposed to be outstanding.
Montreal is also very nice.
I want to go to Russia. Like, I want to see what that's like. And
He wants to put a sticker.
Listen, wherever I go, I want to put a sticker and bring T-shirts for the natives.
He wants to
you know
put
what
the
I mean?
sticker at the main building at the.
But there's so many things,
Yeah.
know. It's such a big world to see and so much shit to do. Like I even considered skydiving, but I'm fat and terrified.
Oh.
Dude, that video post would be very interesting. I'm jumping out. I can't believe I'm jumping out.
No, I would definitely. I would cry like a fat girl who got dumped on.
Did you ever see the ones where someone's going to do a bungee jump? And they, whoa, 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 whoa! And they jump, and they scare the fuck out of them, and people got in trouble for that shit?
Yeah, there's
Oh,
no.
that's bad. That's bad,
Let
dude.
me explain something to you. And for all the things that I'm quote unquote not afraid of, motherfucker, you will not get me near anything like that ever. Not even a
Especially
chance.
those bridges, those huge, humongous, tall.
Fuck that noise. I don't have a death wish. I got a bucket list. It's a completely different ballgame.
Someone just put a video. It was like an old video, but it was one of those parkour videos. The guy's just like hanging off the ledge of a building, and he's just jumping
yeah.
off ledges.
Yeah.
Jumping, and then he jumps, but he hangs on the ledge.
Yeah.
And he's just dangling. I'm getting
I can't
getting
watch
so
those.
nauseating.
You can't watch it. Well, the
No,
guys
you can't.
That climb to the top of the buildings, the very tippy
crane.
point, and then they take a selfie, like hanging. Fuck you.
Is that the
man.
one in like Hong Kong? It was like a
So-
building.
yeah, something like
it was
that.
like a building that was under construction. And the crane is still at the top of the building.
Yeah.
And when you pass the clouds, that's when you know you're really that high.
No.
He's still
Motherfucker.
climbing the crane.
There are things that there's shit that has a floor. Like I'll go for a tall building with a floor.
Right.
Otherwise, you take your crane and shove it up
Not
your
gonna-
hole. I don't
Not
care.
going.
No,
No.
the CNN tower in Toronto where we went. My family
That's a
went in
false tower. There's false news coming out of it.
and false.
Sorry, I had
false
to.
tower. CNN. Have a see-through elevator. Basically, you're going up, you're looking down, and then they actually started putting down window floors. You could actually look down.
Is that in Hong Kong or something?
No, Toronto.
Oh,
The
Toronto.
Yeah, that's
CNN
in
tower in
CNN
Toronto.
tower in
CNN tower in Toronto,
Did
basically.
you see that shit in China? That bridge, the glass bridge?
Yes.
People are crying.
People are crying because they don't want to go across it. There's women crying. There's men crying.
Yeah, there's Jim in the fetal position
the-
going, "Fuck all you little Asian motherfuckers. We killed you guys in WW2.
Yeah,
Fuck
they-
you and your bridge."
They showed someone like that cross one of those bridges on a motorcycle. And he was just barely able to fit in there.
Oh, my
And he went
God.
across the fucking thing. That was
No way.
sick.
God.
No way.
The tower in Chicago. They basically, you go up to the window.
Yeah, they
Top
had
of the
that.
building leans down.
I could
Rob
do
did that.
that. I think
Really?
I could
No,
do
I
that.
couldn't do that.
But you know why I think I could do that? Because you're encased all around.
No,
you.
right, you're
There's
encased.
no opening, so I think that I might be able. I'd try it.
But it still messes with you because you go looking down and like, oh my God.
Of course, it messes
Rob and
with you.
Jimmy did that. They went up, it's called the Chicago 360. And the window goes down like that. So I was at the bar downstairs.
Of course, you're at the bar, the ground floor. It's got a steakhouse.
Yeah, listen, but I understand though. He's got a fear of heights. I have. An
We all have
irrational-
fear of heights.
I have an irrational fear of heights. I have an irrational fear of rats. Shit like that bugs me. Like I'll go anywhere in the world. I don't give a fuck. Even Mexico. But like you know what I mean? Like, but that shit just like the heights and fucking rats terrify me.
I've been to Mexico like 5 times.
What
I've
part?
never been there.
What part?
Cancun and Acapulco.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
Uh-oh.
Huntington, New York.
Who is this?
Good evening. Welcome to the Jim Chinnici Show.
What's up, homeboy?
What's going on? How are you?
I'm good. How you been?
Oh, I'm fantastic. Happy New Year to you, my friend.
You know, living the dream.
That sounds
The dream is working my ass off, and you know, and being horrible of crushing debt. Then yeah, I'm living the dream.
Yeah, well, that's good. You have a nice house, right?
Yeah. It's,
Well, no, someday you'll
pretty
own a
much
nice
it.
house. Right now, you just rent it from a bank. So.
No, I'd like the nice house and you know, like money.
Oh, you're asking way too much.
Whatever.
Way too
You're asking the
much.
wrong
I know,
people.
right?
How was your
So
holiday?
you guys talking about all the crazy parkour people, like jumping?
Yeah.
I forget what they call them. The people who go up on the buildings. You read about there's a guy in somewhere in Asia, I think, that just died. He was one of the big guys that was doing it, and they actually have video of when he died.
Really?
Oh.
No
He was he's hanging off this building, and he set the camera up somewhere else and pointing at where he was going to do it. And he's hanging off this building, and then he hung down by his fingers, and he's trying to pull himself back up, and he couldn't pull himself back up. And he tried it a couple of times and a couple of times and a couple of times, and then finally all of a sudden he just slips and just falls, and that's it.
Oh shit!
Wow, that's fucking awesome. I
Yeah.
gotta see that.
Yeah,
Like, I mean, you don't see him actually like plummeting, because it's more of like a horizontal shot. So it's looking at like the side at the very, very top of the building, like zoomed into where he was.
right.
But you see him hanging there, and all of a sudden he falls, and he has no safety gear on. So he fell like, I don't know how many, 200 stories or something like that, all the way to the ground.
Oof.
Wow. I can't even.
Yeah,
imagine.
it's crazy shit. I saw it. I saw it the other week, a couple of weeks ago.
Oh shit!
Apparently, Mario just saw that, or he finally saw what he looks like in a mirror.
Turn it around.
Turn around. Wait, there he is.
Here you go.
You said Chinese guy did Daredevil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're watching the clip.
He's
as we
struggling to
speak.
get up.
Yeah, no, fuck that noise, dude.
Oh!
Oh my god, that's terrifying, bro.
Bye-bye.
That is fucking. I can't.
Yeah, that's crazy shit. But I will say you should go skydiving. Skydiving is a blast.
You've done that?
Oh yeah,
See, man,
I have video of it.
I get scared, man.
I couldn't do
I
it.
get scared. I do. I get nervous. Like, I always thought hang gliding looked awesome.
Yeah.
But if I did that, I would just shriek like a girl.
We're fat, so we don't have to worry
Yeah,
about
no,
being
yeah.
pressured into
Hey,
that.
you'll plummet to the earth real quick.
You know what? I'd be more nervous about hang gliding than I would about skydiving, because, like, first of all, if you're skydiving, your first jump is going to be tandem, so you're going to be strapped to somebody who knows what the fuck they're doing.
What,
And
what happens if they get arrested,
aside from-
though?
then you pay extra for that.
Pay extra for that.
Like
Get in the ass
that's
all the
the
way down.
bonus. That's the bonus jump.
The boner jump.
I like it.
You get jumped when you jump.
Okay, so you strap to somebody. Let's get with this for a second. So you strap to somebody, and what happens next?
You go down when you first go. I mean, I went, a bunch of like over 10 years ago, but
Right.
you go there, you go watch this training video that basically says, don't do anything stupid and listen to your instructor. It's basically what the training video says.
Right.
And they explain what would happen, like if an emergency happens, this is how you could pull the chute if you needed to, because what if your instructor just dies on your back. So like, he just had a heart attack and I'm just falling with a corpse on me. Okay, sweet. So but that would never happen. It's never happened, but they say it anyway.
Right.
So then you go out, you meet your instructor. You guys go up, you strap into this uncomfortable ass harness at first, because it's comfortable when you're falling, but it's not so comfortable when you're walking around in it, because it feels like, if you ever went rock climbing, it feels like that.
Okay, I've never done that.
It's
either.
like
Look at
right.
this.
It,
Yeah.
so it's like right. So it's like well, as Mario. So Mario, it's gonna be like when you climbed over the wall into this country.
Oh yay, Rachel humor.
So
My favorite.
anyway, so you put on this thing. It's like all up in your shit, and you have a harness that's on your back. The guy's gonna clip to this harness on you. You get in this plane like in 2 rows, and you go up. I forget how many feet up in the air.
Right.
And once you're at the top, they open the door, and you inch out, and then what you do is they sit you on the edge of the plane, so your feet are kind of hanging out of the plane, and your instructor's feet are hanging out. So it's like it's like when you're sitting kind of like between somebody else's legs. So like his legs are around yours or whatever.
Mario.
And then what he'll do is he'll be like, all right, we're gonna rock back and forth. We're gonna go 1, 2, 3, and then we're just gonna fall forward. So in front of you is a cameraman. So what the cameraman does is he climbs out of the plane and faces you. And when you go to rock forward, he jumps backwards out of the plane.
Yeah, fuck all of this. But sure, go on.
So, dude, it's so awesome. So you that feeling you get when you're in a roller coaster, and
No, because I don't ride those either.
you go down a big hill and you get that kind of feeling where you're like your nuts are back up in your skull.
Okay. I can relate
get
to
that more. You get that more from a roller coaster than you do from skydiving.
Really?
Because skydiving, when you jump out of that plane, you're gonna fall so quick that like a roller coaster is gonna fall faster than you could fall because it's so heavy.
Right.
So its acceleration is way greater than you would have. But when you jump out of a plane, you're jumping out and you're on your belly, and there's so much air resistance that it just feels like you're just hanging out there with a bunch of air. Like it really is. It's hard to describe, but you don't get that feeling like I'm falling. You get this feeling like it's really fucking windy. And I'm just kind of like hanging here and just like hanging out. Like it's really, really a wild feeling. And it's a total rush. Like you feel like, I'm not gonna lie, I was a little like, I'm really doing this. Right when I stuck my feet out of the plane.
Of course.
Like my friend Gary was like, oh, I can't imagine that. Why would anyone jump out of a perfectly good airplane?
Yeah.
And I get that, but and when I first sat down, I'm like, oh man, I don't know about this. Maybe I should. I was like, just fuck it. I was like, if I die, I die.
Wow.
And that was it. I mean, doing it now I might think twice about it just because I have kids.
Right.
But even so, I take more of a risk getting in my car to drive to work than I would jumping out of an airplane with an instructor on my back.
See, man, now you make it sound so actually exciting. Like now it's something I might consider. You know what I mean?
No.
Dude, it really is such a rush. The thing you have to look into, though, if you want to do it, is that there is a weight limit for it. So,
No, but that doesn't. Listen, he's not being a smartass. He's legit.
No, but I just looked at Johnny.
So no, there's a weight limit. Like I know a couple of people who dropped a weight just so they could go skydiving. Wow. Now, if you wanted to go, like I have another friend, this guy I work with, Thomas. He's a big guy. He's 6'5", like 300 and something pounds. Like he's a big dude.
Right.
Like not heavy set. He's just a big dude.
Right.
And for him, if he wanted to go skydiving, since there's no way he can cut that much weight to get down to wherever he would have to be. I forget how much it is.
Right.
For him, what he can do is he can take more extensive courses, and he can do either you do a couple of courses, and you can do what's called a static line, which means you're going to go out by yourself with the parachute on, but the parachute is tied to a wire that's connected to the plane. So once you clear the plane and that wire pulls taut, it pulls your parachute for you.
Okay.
So you only get like a few seconds of free fall, and then you're just parachuting down. Now, then there's the step up from that, which is where you would actually get your own jump solo, which you'd free fall for about 30 seconds. We free fell for about a minute, just because we had the instructor on us and stuff, but I mean, I would love to do the jump by myself. I think that would be amazing. The only downside to it for me is it's expensive.
Well, yeah, it's the downside for basically all of us. Maybe we.
And I got that terrible Italian disorder, Funzolo.
So shucks, yeah.
I got that bad.
Yeah, me too. What we could do is, here's an idea. We can have Mario skydive and do it live on the air.
That would be fucking lit. I don't have the Funzolo. I have that. Plus, I have that. I'm a fat bastard. Also, maybe Mario's want to do it.
I don't think I could make the weight requirement.
What I do want to do is, that zip line on fucking Fremont Street in Vegas? I want to do that.
Oh, see, that's cool. That is cool.
You're like 12 stories up. You're over the crowd, and you zip line all fucking through
Yep.
Fremont.
That's
Street.
gotta be cool.
Yep.
I want to actually.
Yeah, that's where the old strip is, right? It's under that dome.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I heard about. Kat was telling me about that because she did a trade show in Vegas years ago, but she didn't even get to do it because she was.
Yeah, because that looks like fun. It's rad. You're over people. Like, if we had Johnny do that, he would look like King Kong falling on people.
Fuck that.
That would be hilarious.
The balloon from the car commercial.
Thanksgiving Day parade. Here comes Johnny.
Is that are you strapped into that thing? Or
Yeah,
you
you're
just holding
strapped.
on?
Yeah, of course.
That's that person.
Yeah, no, you're strapped in. For you, it would look like kind of like that movie Armageddon when the comets were coming in and annihilating the city.
You see the guy on the cable, and basically the guy that's filming this is obviously doing the same thing, but they have a GoPro. I would
That's
imagine.
fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I would definitely do that.
That's in
I
old
would do
Reno. That's in the old Reno.
Yeah, zip lining is a lot. You can do zip lining on the islands. They have some adventure park over on Colonial Springs Road in Wheatley Heights, I think. Like Long Island Adventure
yes.
Park. You can do zip lining there.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah, I've heard about that place too. It's definitely something worth checking.
Yeah, my nephews go there. They love it.
I definitely want to do that because that looks kind of rad,
You know the best part about that is we have to go to Vegas right there alone.
Yeah, well, there's that.
That's worth
Listen,
the trip alone.
I could spend a week in Vegas just to do that. That's
Yes.
fine by me.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah, zip lining is a lot of fun. I did that once when I was back when I was a Boy Scout and I was up at West Point. We did zip lining where they trained them in West Point. That was pretty cool.
Excellent.
that does sound like a fucking good time, man.
Yeah, that was cool because it's like through the trees, like on the side of this, like this gigantic hill.
Right.
It was pretty awesome.
That definitely, man, that sounds like something I could get into. I would definitely cry for sure. Listen, I only rode a horse for the first time in 40 years this year.
Oh, wow.
Really?
I finally got back on a horse, for sure. That was terrifying. And in the sense, too, that I got on the horse and asshole me doesn't wear underwear.
What?
I wasn't thinking.
You went commando on a horse?
Yeah, well, fucking.
How'd
I
that
wasn't
feel?
thinking. It felt.
That must have been horrible.
It felt like Johnny going to a buffet and there's only one Swedish meatball left. That's a kind of hurt and pain that
That's
was.
not good.
That's not good.
I say nine.
I felt like Mario gaining an IQ point. It was horrible for everybody, but it was fun. You know. And then I went to Brooklyn and I got Rolling Roasters after that, so that was outstanding. So it all worked out in the end. But it was fun, man. I go horseback riding again.
Nice.
Actually, I was thinking about buying a horse, but I don't have any money, so there's really no reason for me to do that. And when I would get like a retarded horse, like in Family Guy, and it would just eat off my kid's head.
I just bashed it into walls.
Like, Mario, come here. I'm taking Mario out for a ride.
Yeah, if I got a retarded horse, I would definitely name it Mario. You take it out for a run, it just falls down. Mario, get up. make retarded horse noises and whatever it would do.
My God.
All right, listen.
Oh, and Jimmy, I got to tell you, I'm highly insulted that all these years I've known you, you've never told me about the thing with Mario and the fucking air conditioner.
Brian, no. See, man, I can't imagine that I didn't tell you that because that's a great Mario story. That is one. Of
You guys, neither you nor Matt ever told me the fucking Mario story with the air conditioner.
You would think coming from Matt, but
no, I swear to God, because I would have told him too. Because that's a good being Matt smoking a cigarette for 15 minutes outside the studio room, cracking up, crying, laughing, telling that story. I can't imagine that we didn't do it. Brian, if I really didn't do it, I sincerely apologize. But I'll find more Mario stories to tell you. I have a good drunk Mario story of him falling down a hill in white clothes when he was all drunk.
White pants.
You had a white shirt on too.
Nope.
Oh, well, whatever.
It was white. It was white cargo. It was definitely white cargo pants.
Well, whatever it is, Mario was the guy with the lampshade at a party. So he got all mad, and he ran out. Basically, told us all to go fuck ourselves. He ran out of the house, and he tumbled. Like the house that we were in had a stairway with two dirt hills next to the stairway.
Yeah.
And he tumbled down the dirt hills. We go like, all right, well, fuck us, fuck you. And we didn't even think to go look for him, nothing. 15 minutes later, he comes back in the house. I love you guys. And he looks like he'd just been through Vietnam in fucking 68. He was a wreck. It was hilarious. Oh, it was so fucking funny. And the only saving grace for Mario is that in the late 80s and early 90s, there were no cell phones to document any of this stuff.
Now, always chasing those retarded girls and shit.
Just those big VHS camcorders.
Exactly.
Dude, I'm so thankful for exactly that. That there were no camera phones back when I was a teenager, because that would have been so bad. I'd never have a job.
Well, the thing about it,
you and me both.
For me, that I'm glad about is that I was really, really fat with a Pete Rose haircut, cheap glasses, and some of the shittiest clothes you'd ever seen because I was afraid that I couldn't fit in the people clothes.
Got pictures.
So, yeah, all you have to do is put those up. Imagine what happens then. Oh, look, Mario's car almost died. It dies now. I would actually tear it apart by hand. By hand. See how fast that lasts. Good Lord.
My God.
But it was awful. Like, honestly, I couldn't even jerk myself off. I was so ugly. I was a mess.
I don't think that's true. I think you're lying there.
Listen, trust me when I tell you, I'm totally, totally not. The wheels are spinning in Mario's head, though. If I see one of those pictures posted on Facebook, I'll beat you to death with a shoe in front of your family.
I'll pay you.
Yeah, I just want to find Johnny. There's already that video of you on the internet with Steve and them fucking in a rival in the tugboat outfit.
The tugboat outfit. Yeah.
So,
that's running around out there somewhere.
Yeah, exactly. There's nothing you can say to me. But anyway, Brian, listen, I'm gonna cut you off because we're gonna run. We're getting close to the end of the night, and honestly, I want to go home.
Yeah.
It is 10 o'clock.
So listen, enjoy your snowstorm tomorrow. Enjoy being snowed in and having to work anyway.
Oh, thanks.
Hey, listen, I gotta fucking drag my ass in Manhattan tomorrow, so that's
Yeah, good luck getting there.
Exactly. So
I don't know how you're gonna swing that one.
Exactly. Well,
All right, man.
I'm gonna give it the old college try for 3 minutes, and then walk back in the house and say, "Well, fuck this," and that'll be that.
Well, I technically tried, so.
Exactly. Look, I'm here. I'm gonna snap a selfie in the snow. I definitely tried. Now what?
There you go. Beautiful.
How far'd you get? I went to the bathroom.
We pee outside in my family. This is what we do. All right, brother. Listen, be good. My best to Carol, to Kat and the kids. Carol. Fuck. Anyway.
You got it.
I got twisted. I apologize. My best to Kat and the kids, and I will see you soon. We're gonna make that night happen very, very shortly. By the way, what we've been talking about.
Yeah, man.
All right.
I'll talk to you soon, brother.
All right, man. Be good. I'll talk to you
Take
later.
care, buddy. Bye.
Bye.
All right, later, fellas.
Bye.
Later.
All right, before we go tonight, I just want to thank, again, Pat Gasparini for supplying us with tonight's music.
Yeah.
The last track that we're going to play is a track called Walk On Me. We'll have Pat on next week, and hopefully all of our technical bugs will be worked out. If not, I'm just going to throw myself out of a window. And we're going to get that on Facebook. So, anyway, thank you all for tuning in and stuff. And again, you want to talk to Mario, Johnny, or myself, you can find us on Facebook. You can leave us a message in private messenger or whatever you want to do. And please subscribe to the YouTube page. All you got to do is go there, subscribe, Jim Chinnici Show on YouTube.
Yep.
And, you know, check us out there. There'll obviously be a better feed, a better camera feed, and all that stuff. And, you know, again, thank you for joining us. We do this for you guys, and I really, really appreciate it. Happy New Year. Much love and healthiness to all of you and yours. And we'll see you next week.
Later.
Take it in the face.
Goodbye.
Come to me, you know it's almost midnight. I don't give a damn where you've been now. Always talking smack about the moonlight. Never thinking twice about the big night. I wish I may, I wish I might. I wish I might walk on me for the last time. Come to me with open arms, hold tight. I've been kicked down for the last time. Find my way to take it all back now. Another day, another broken promise. Another door that has to be kicked down. Lying here, why is my head down? Another solid, that's what I get now. I wish I may, I wish I might. I wish I might walk on me for the last time. Come to me with open arms, hold tight. I've been kicked down for the last time. Find my way to take it all back now. Take it all back now. Take it back, take it all back now. Take it back, take it all back now. Take it back, take it all back now. Come to me, you know it's almost midnight. I don't give a damn where you've been now. Take it back, take it all back now. Take it back, take it all back now. Walk on me for the last time. I wish I might come to me with open arms, hold tight. I've been kicked down for the last time. Find my way to take it all back now. Take it all, take it all back now. Take it all, take it all back now. Take it all, take it all back